Now, after you must have folded the band, or the band or the back part, then just mark 1 inch. 1 inch allowance is what you will use to lock the back waist. So the locking is going to be a normal 1 inch locking, so that you have enough allowance to, for the rollback of the elastic to come in. Because in making an elastic back waist, you don't need to use the person's actual waist circumference. You're going to use a waist circumference a bit wider than the real waist, so that when the rubber comes, it will have enough allowance to contract the fabric. So after you must have locked the back, stop like 1.5 inch before the end point there, and then cut your threads as shown, and then you double thread it again. Like I do say, double threading is one of the parts of the stitching that makes the cloth to be stronger, so it doesn't pull off or tear or get torn at any slightest tension applied at the back hip area. So after you must have done this now, cut your threads this way, and then pay attention to the next step we are going to take now. So now you'll come to the table to open press. Open pressing is very vital. It helps in the finishing of your work. It makes the work come out well, faster, better, neater. So even if you don't like ironing, most of us don't like ironing, but you don't have any option than to love ironing, right? You must love ironing so that you can have a nice open pressing, a nice finishing when you open press all your jobs. So after which you also re-iron the band. Because of the compressing, the line of the band has shifted. So you re-iron the band there and then fold it back again. And this is what you need to do. So now at this point, you're going to apply hemming gum at the back hip allowance. The reason is to make sure that when you are crossing your rope, it won't be a stumbling block. Because if you don't put hemming gum there, it should be a bit difficult to cross your rope. So you have to hem it. Most people do stitch, but I don't like having double threads coming on the back part. So just leave the threadings to be only for the elastic attachment. So when you have hemmed it that way, you could as well hem the whole openings, so it holds down properly. Because that whole opening as well can pose a danger when you are putting your rope. So just hem all the rope openings. You might hem only the one that goes from the back to the front, and make sure it's not affecting your job. So all these things are what we should also learn how to do properly. So iron out this point, iron out this point, and then apply hemming gum at this point. Make sure it's nicely positioned. Iron it out this way. Iron it out this way. And then fold it back again. Fold it back again. Fold it back again. Do the same thing on the other side. So you apply hemming gum again at that joining area, and after that you iron it properly again. So the hemming gum is to help you achieve a neater finishing and an easy rope passage, so that it doesn't get to hold or obstruct your rope fixing. So like, this might look somehow funny, but this is the truth. It happens. You don't do this. So you see how it's being weird. So iron out all through this way, iron all through this way, and then you're good to go. All right, so now we are about to fix our rope. Please, I know this is the part most of us are eager to learn. So how do you get the rope measurement that is adequate? Place the rope from the side joining of the one side to the center back. Now that's the quarter of the back, the quarter of the waist circumference, right? Then this is the one part of the back panel. Then you're going to attach this rope from the side joining that part, the point where the front band ended. So you're going to attach it from there, this way, then stitch it as many times as possible. Stitch very well, double stitch as many times as you want. Cut your threads, this way. So after you have done this, you now drag it to the end, the other end, where you also have your top. So you add it as well from here, stitch it as well from here. So now you stitch the end of this one as well. So you make sure that it's properly stitched or held, and you cut it out this way. So after which, you now start locking your band. You will lock your band first before you double thread the back waistline. So this is the point I think most of us find difficult. Alright guys, so now we want to prepare the rope. Now I want to use the same fabric to put the rope. You can as well buy the already made rope in the market, right? So I'm cutting out 1.2 or 1.5 inch length. Bear in mind that this rope is not a round, it doesn't go round because it's going to come out only from the side west to the front because the back has elastic. But if you want it to pass round on your own discretion, there's still no problem. But professionally, it should be from the side west. Once the back has elastic, the rope should not go to the back anymore. Except the back does not have elastic, you could now use the rope to go round. So note the difference, right? So now fold the rope in this form, and the rope should be as moderate as possible. It should be as moderate as possible. It should not be too big. It should be the size of a standard bait loop, which is less than half of an inch. So after you must have known this, then you thread the waistline this way, thread it all through, cut off the excesses. Then we had the iron edge of the rope, so we are going to work it. So tuck it in and tie it this way, to give it that finishing, that English finishing you might crave for. Then once you drag it in, make sure that the knot is small enough. Then this is what you have. You have prepared the edge of the knot to be with the iron metal. Then do the same thing on the other rope as well. Remember that the rope will be two. One will be attached from the side west to the front, and the other right and left ropes, making it to be two ropes, right? So, but you can still buy one rope and cut it into two. Use it and do this if you so wish. But for this particular outfit, I like using the same fabric. Once it's a stripe fabric, the fabric is already fanciful. So I am trying to maintain the exact fabric in order to have a uniformity. But if I'm making it to be on a plain material, I will use a fanciful rope to add beauty to the English, to the trouser, right? Then bring the metal edge again and pass it as well as shown. Knot it, drag the knotting to be tight enough. So once you drag it, then you push it out this way. The knotting is not, if it's not big enough, it will not hold. So you can knot it 2 times or thereabouts. Make sure it's properly tight. Make it to be a bit bulky while you drag it as well. So now the rope is done. Let us now learn how to fix the rope as well. Please watch attentively. So start from that opening of the front panel, tuck it in, then drag it to the side waistline. That's some point you attach your elastic on. So check the length. If the length is too long, you reduce from inside. So the length is okay. So you're going to double thread there. Please, you have to stitch there very well. the stitching will be strong enough so that it doesn't pull off at ease. Stitch as many times as possible on that same straight line. So once you have attached it properly, then you cut out the threads and do the same thing on the other side as well. Please note that this video is going to be a bit lengthy or bulky, but then try to watch to the end and make sure you subscribe to my channel, like and comment and share. So push the rope again from the inside, and then you have it coming out from this direction. Then attach it on that same side line this way. Attach it there this way, and then you stitch it as many times as possible as well. Cut the threads. Look at how beautiful it is already. So let us now start locking the waistline. So you start from there and stitch and lock the waistline. So stitching, your locking is going to be on top of the band, right? Because it's kind of an Ankara format or a native format, not an English trouser. So you make sure you arrange the underparts to lap properly. So arrange the underpart to lap properly. So at this point, you don't need to stretch the elastic. You are just going to lap it firmly. There will be a time you will stretch it when you start doing the other parts of the sewing, right? So make sure it's lapping properly. Make sure that the folding is well held. Then stretch it a bit in order to transfer the elasticity to the other side of the trouser. Drag it a bit. Hold it firmly. So carefully stitch the band all through. Don't be in a haste, please. Very important. Don't be in a haste. Stitch the band all through to the very end. Stitch it all through to the very end. And make sure it's only patterning to the back waist, right? So stitch all through to the very end. Make sure it's patterning onto the back waist. You see how the band, the elastic is contracting only the back region, while the back waist is on its own. So stitch all through to this very point. Stitch all through and lock the waistline. How it's going to be. Cut a thread. Alright, so now you start the double threading. So thread the midpoint. Because when you're threading, you need to stretch or drag the band at the back. Make sure it's smooth. Remove any rumples on its own. The elastic will be the one to give you the rumples you're looking for. So you have to drag it. Thread at the middle first. See how it's going. Thread at the middle. The elasticity will start being visible. Right? So thread at the middle. If you start being visible just like this, see how it's coming out. So, and this is how your own should look like, right? So thread only on that range or that area the back waistline was achieved. Then this is what you should have. So you also cut your threads. You cut your threads and then zip it up, and then the next to do is to lock the lap and do the folding or the hemming, and you are good to go. So let us now lock the lap. We are going to just use a free measurement to lock it because we don't want to apply we have already calculated the measurement when drafting. So at this stage you can now decide to apply whatever measurement you have. So this is going to be your own personal direction So you have to apply the ankle measurement, the knee measurement, and also the lap measurement. So the ankle we want to have is 15. So just mark 15. So because of the way we have cut our cloths, we're going to use that 15, lock it up straight up, and then use the same measurements and lock all through to the lap. So which is going to give us that freeness on the customer's body. So I will actually put this on and show you guys the finishing, how it looks and everything. Then lock all through to the ends and then do the same thing on the other leg as well. So the next you will do now will be the hemming, so which I'll also show you guys how it's being done. Alright guys, so now we are done locking the band and the inner leg. So let us now open press as well. So at every point you have joined two lines, you must open press. So now we are ironing the inner leg in order to have it relaxed as well. So at this point, you iron out all through. So the importance of open pressing cannot be overemphasized. You must open press everything you are doing in this our field or passion. The reason for this is to make it to lap and have a neat finishing at the inside. So you iron out all through the very point and make sure as well it goes to the very end. Then do your hemming calculations of your length of trouser, fold it and put hemming gum and hem. Do the final trouser ironing and you are good to go. So the next video you will see will be on another interesting topic I have as well for the men section. Don't forget to also like, comment and share my video to your friends and invite them to join us on this channel to learn more on male clothing. Thanks for watching guys. See you in the next video.